Hello and welcome to Rural Concerns. It's the podcast where I, Sunil Patel, successful actor and headliner comedian, talk to my best friend Chris Cantrell. No, it's not as funny, is it, if I say that? Chris has made me write middle spot comedian, and he's also made me call him his best friend, and I talk to him about moving to the countryside.
James, don't you have something to say?
I'm also here too. My name is producer James, and Chris is also my best friend.
Am I actually best friends, though?
No.
At all? Anywhere near?
Yeah, top lot.
Well, hang on. What? Top five? I'd say top five.
I'll do. I'll take that.
But not in an emergency. Not in an emergency. Well, welcome back to Rural Concerns, I guess.
Full fat rural concerns. Where are we starting? Can we start with what should we do, James?
I think you should tell us about a listener that you interacted with.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I went down to Aberystwyth in Wales to perform my show at the Aberystwyth Comedy Festival. I had a great time. The people were the drive, unforgiving. The people, delightful. It was so far away. It's like a full day's driving, more or less, that. It's like 7 hours drive. I've got a friend who's in Casualty.
TV show?
Yeah. yeah.
Not your wife with the burnt hand still.
No, my friend, I'll tell you her name, it's not a secret. She's Sammy Dobson, who started listening to this. She does she goes and works down on Casualty and drives home to Newcastle on the weekends. And she left me a voice note saying that she started listening to all the episodes of this. She sounded mad, do you know what I mean? She's basically doing a 7-hour drive on a Friday and then driving back down on a Sunday. And she said for some reason the Sunday drive is just infinitely worse and it can be a 9-hour drive. So she's doing that anyway. She's listened to all of her concerns, and
right.
I don't know. I don't think it's safe to ingest it in that quantity. Do you know what I mean?
No. She'll soon run out.
Yeah, but she'll go mad on this trip listening to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She'll just get a really good deal on some fast charging phone chargers.
She should listen to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, listen to Joe Rogan. Sammy.
He does long ones, real long ones.
I was in Aberystwyth Comedy Festival having a good time, so there's people coming to this show. Most of this Aberystwyth Comedy Festival is run by the same people who run the McCuncliffe Comedy Festival. And they are basically, I would say, festivals that are for comedy fans. The people that attend these shows are aficionados. They love comedy. They go to lots of live events. They seek it out. It's basically like this great time if you're a comedy fan. But when I did my show, there was just a couple of people in audience that I would say were not the normal people that you get in these shows. And basically after the show was stopped by this young lady and her boyfriend. I don't know how to describe them. They were gorgeous.
That's incredibly rude.
They were gorgeous. No. Listen, but they were just a type of. They were both they both had tans. Do you know what I mean? She was dressed I don't know, when Olivia Newton-John comes out at End of Grace. She was dressed like that, dead edgy, dead stylish, but classic. Very pretty, immaculately done up. The fella, immaculately done up. He's super rich. They both got brilliant tans, brilliant teeth. Do you know what I mean? I was like, are you? Are you a comedy fan? Are you a comedy fan? Anyway, they come up and, do you know when you see someone like that in a crowd and you think, oh, God, why are you here? Is this going to be a nightmare? But after the show, they come up and the girl's so where did you get to with the gin monster who's been glittering the cans? Have you had any update on that? He listens to this podcast.
Why?
And then I gave her too much information and she was like, do you know what I mean? I could see that I sort of rattled her by
broke the spell.
The density. Yeah. Do you know when you think you're listening to a funny podcast, but then when you drill down into it and a guy's really frantically, desperately trying to catch a criminal, it's like, oh, he's mad. I could see her eyes realising he's mad. He's mad as a hatter.
So was she the listener to the podcast and she made her boyfriend come to see the show?
Yeah, basically that was the deal. And I don't think he watched it, to be fair. But I told her...
Well, he didn't watch your show?
No, he was there for the show. But I did tell her, we have had a decent update on that front.
Before we get into that, can I just apologise to the other members of the audience that you've met, who you are clearly directly comparing these people to?
I wasn't directly comparing these people to the other people. I wasn't doing that. Everybody is beautiful.
We'll find some affiliate links for tanning solutions for the Discord as well.
That's all I'm saying. The people that, by and large, attend comedy events are not tanned. I think that's fair to say. Can I say that?
Yeah. They're indoors a lot. Yeah.
Lock me up. I don't think they're on the tanning bed as much. But I'll tell you who I did meet in Aberystwyth as well. A member of one of our Patreons, who's an active figure in the Discord community. I won't say his real name, which I found out, but you would probably know him as Minge Flaps. I met Minge Flaps and I said, we've got a podcast. And I said, I do a podcast. And he goes, woo, one guy, woo. And I was like, I said, are you? And he showed me his T-shirt, and he's had a T-shirt made that says, I am a creamer.
Is that what they're calling themselves now?
They call themselves the Creamers, and I had nothing to do with that. And but he's got a T-shirt saying, I am a creamer, and you're like...
I'm a creamer, yeah.
That's a one of one. He didn't get a batch made.
If you see that guy walking down the street, I don't know, you'd be like, there he is.
Get him.
Swoop.
Is he a member of any other communities? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I think we can't ask that question because I think they're going to... Do you know what I mean? They'll basically, I've got a feeling that if anyone's in our Discord community, they're definitely in, like the free bean salad communities, and they come when they're like over intellectually stimulated with free bean salads, highfalutin chat. They'll come over to us to slob it down, and they don't have to think about how. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's nice to meet them out in public, isn't it?
It's lovely. It's so lovely, and they're really nice. I was having a chat with old Minge Flaps. It was just lovely. It's nice. And what
did you chat to Minge Flaps about?
Just about where he lives and stuff like that. I said, God, have we come out way for this? But he actually lived not too far of a drive away. So it wasn't too mad. I think the thing with meeting these people, I still find it mind-blowing. So I'm very much like not shocked, or I still can't believe anyone listens to this. I shouldn't say that because we've done 30 episodes,
Yeah. Should have knocked it on the head earlier.
It's just lovely to talk to people that listen to it. I really appreciate it. And it's always fun, and like with the Discord community. Yeah, it's just like I basically we've got a support group of middle-aged people talking about tiramisu, gelato. Do you know what I mean?
And one hot couple.
One hot couple.
With a shared login. Gin Monster?
Yeah, what was the update? Sorry, I interrupted you.
Right, this is...
To apologise to the other listeners.
The other listeners, everyone's beautiful. Some people have nicer tans than others. That's it. That's the summary. That's all we're saying.
Some people are just beautiful on the inside.
Just beautiful on the everyone's beautiful on the inside and outside. Some people have better tans. That's all I said. That's a fact. That's a public record. Keep it in, Joe. Keep it in. Keep it on the blockchain that is this podcast. So this is a bit mad with the Gin Monster. So basically, there hasn't been an update for a bit because we haven't got a solid thing, We've got people in our little group, the little detective group, we've got like retirees, school governors, stuff like this. So basically, we've been pressuring local, like law enforcement and stuff. The school governor's got a connection, just sent an email to the commissioner of the police or whatever that equivalent job title is.
Jim Gordon, isn't it?
Yeah. We've sent an email to Jim Gordon. We've sent emails to different people in the thinking being, we'll just keep being annoying and maybe they'll do something. But constabulary have basically said, it's not something that they'll be able to look into unless there's evidence. It's like catch-22. We can't arrest him unless he's drunk. And you're like, well, we won't know specifically when he's drunk because we're only ever finding out about the crime of the littering and the gin after the fact. We never near him when he's doing it.
Yeah.
which all changed this week when
Ooh.
my wife had a call on Sunday from a lady in the detective group who was in her car driving, and she was like, I've got him, I'm behind him. And got her son to take several pictures of the car. And we've got a few pictures of it in traffic, like a few cars ahead. And they've zoomed in on the wing mirror, to like zoom in on his face.
Enhance?
Zoomed in. We're not enhancing. We're not in CSI, do you know what I mean? So we zoomed in and you can sort of see his face. And they reckon that he must be from a farm because his face is covered in mud. But I don't.
No.
It's hard.
No. You don't. No, that's a ridiculous thing to say.
Is it?
Why is his face covered in mud?
What do you mean?
That's not just.
I don't know. I'm going to send you these pictures. They will not go anywhere else. But we were like, you need to follow him. So she followed him, but lost him. But we were so close. The plan was she was just going to follow him as far as
to his home.
We could go to his home. And then we'd know where to go.
Right. Okay. Send us the photo. I want to see what car he's got.
Well, you know the car. We know the license plate. We know the make and model and year.
What's the make and model?
Joe.
Well, I'm not telling you now because I can't remember for one.
Oh, yeah. You did send that photo.
No, but I'm sending you the extra ones now with the zoom in.
Can I look up the MOT history?
Yeah, but I told you this.
Oh, is that? Wow. There's no mud on his face whatsoever. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't understand where that bit's come from. It looks like a giant doll to me.
Yeah.
Let me look.
It looks like a Victorian doll, yeah.
What? Baby?
It looks like a haunted doll. That's quite a scary image, actually, but really well done on the detective work.
Oh, that is enhanced. It looks like Michael Myers.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
In the film Halloween.
And what have the police said about this?
Well, I don't think this has gone to the police yet. We're keeping it close to his chest at this point.
Yeah, don't get the pigs involved.
This is going to happen again. One of us is going to end. We're focused on it. It's just a matter of time until one of us in our car ends up behind this guy.
Yeah. And what?
B. Obviously. Don't. No, that's none of that's going in.
Okay, Joe.
Joe, we need to keep that in because it's important for public record to
Absolutely,
show.
none of that's going in.
Show,
that you're threatening someone with...
No, to show.
B. Obviously.
Edit that out, Joe, please.
Yeah. We're not threatening life.
That's a really lovely update.
That's a good update.
It's kind of spooky. It's just like eluding us. It's just like we're so close. But it's that thing of, what do we do when we get him? It's risky.
You can't get him.
It's a situation that we can't control. No, but not get him, confront him. Hey, you! Are you throwing gin cans outside? Are you drinking gin and driving through our village where there's small children playing? If you do it again...
B. Obviously. No, not the last bit. Don't say the last bit.
I do think, Chris, there's a fear amongst your community, not of how far you can fall, but how far you can rise. Do you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Sunil. It's good to have somebody on this podcast rather than pulling me down all the time and saying that you can't threaten.
That you shouldn't threaten people.
You're scared of who you can really become. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we can become a mob. Mob rule.
Throbbing with energy, one unified energy.
Historically, that's always a good thing. When people,
it's like Glastonbury, isn't it? It's like being at Glastonbury.
I'm just going to say Glastonbury.
Or a big old rave.
Oasis reunion, Nebworth. Do you know what I mean? This is Britain. Olympics 2012. Britain operating as one.
One consciousness. Mashing a...
B. Obviously.
We are all one.
We are all one. He's drunk. He didn't know what's going on.
James's face is thunderous. Thunderous, that face. No, it's all good fun though. You're not going to do anything, are you?
No.
This is not going to be with kindness.
I'm going
Goodness
to.
me.
We have a moral duty to confront him and say this is not on.
You can leave a note on his car.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
What's a note saying?
Stop it with the gin cans.
Yeah, just say that, Chris.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it sounds like I've turned him.
Tell you what, big old clean-up job for Joe on this week's episode.
Yeah. Pull out an inch for Joe on the edit.
Sorry, James, were you going to...
Well, I was going to say, keep some of the empty gin cans and put them on his bonnet.
Oh, yes. The threat of violence, not the act.
No, just put a little note saying, pop these in a bin, would you?
How do you get that fucking horrible tone across it, right? Put those in the bin, would you?
Put these in the bin, would you? I think it's inherent.
Can't
in
we
what you write.
agree as a compromise? We'll put a couple of tins on his bonnet, little note saying, put these in a bin, would you? Or you are.
B, obviously.
You should call it with the...
But they're just simply not going in. Not even in the
We've
bonus.
barely recorded. How much have we recorded? Because I don't think... Oh my... 10 minutes of this is death threats. It's got to go.
Yeah.
We've got so much more to record because of all your death threats.
Well, I'll stop saying death threats then.
You won't though. You
Yes,
can't stop. You're in a
please.
cycle. You're in a fucking cycle.
Just communicate clearly that we cannot threaten people's lives.
Just remembered something that happened at a workplace I used to work at. It was an office and it had a shared loo. Underneath the loo was like a restaurant. And we used to have to work on weekends. And one weekend, someone who we can only presume worked in the restaurant because none of the other offices were used on the weekend, had stashed their beers in the loo. And there was like an opened one. They would obviously coming up on their breaks or go into the loo and drink in beers in our toilet. So they all stank a beer in there.
So they would go, basically we're drinking on the job and just have a little toot like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was like a 4-pack of big beers in there. So I left him a note
Saying, I'll fucking kill you.
No, saying, can you stop drinking in here, please?
Yeah. Or
Pop
or
these in
what?
the bin, would you? And then I think I referred to him as Gary Barlow because I thought I was very clever because he was using the toilet as a bar.
Oh, yeah.
Gary Barlow.
That was really good.
He's clever.
Well, he was leathered. He wouldn't have got it.
You got any? Yeah, you got any wordplay for your gin monster?
I haven't got anything yet, but I'll have a think.
I think, James, if you can supply us, the mob, with funds, you'll make sure that you'll take the tension out of the situation. This is about to boil over.
Are you trying to extort money now? So you've moved down from death threats to extorting money.
Are you threatening James?
No, I'm not threatening James. I'm just saying if you give us a few puns.
Oh, puns. I thought you meant quid.
I thought you said funds.
I thought you said funds.
Oh no, I don't want your money. I just want some puns. I can't do puns. It's not a gift that God's given me.
It's not a gift. It's more a curse than a blessing. Have we got something today to do?
Could you scroll down? There's a script, but could we just go into this and make this next bit feel very natural?
Yeah. Natural or theatrical?
Just natural. This is just like, we'll edit all this bit out. We're just going to make it sound normal, like we're just having a normal conversation.
You said it would stretch us theatrically.
Well, we're not there yet. Just read the fucking script. This is the introduction. This is the introduction
Okay.
to the thing.
Right.
So just
go
do
then.
it as it's written.
Right.
It says improv and then you've written a script.
All the best improv is fully planned out and written by full-time Cambridge Footlights.
Full-time Footlight students. Okay, let's go.
Full-time.
Okay, Chris, what's going on with the Leek Club?
I'll tell you what's going on with Leek Club. So I'm doing a bit of, obviously, largely, Leek Club stuff it's going to be kicking off in spring. That's when we'll be planting, yeah? So I'm doing a bit of pre-winter work on my leek patch. We've got an old flower bed and I basically measured out that I think I can get about 12 leeks in this space. So before winter comes, my plan is to weed it, take receipt of some manure from Father Neil, which I haven't asked for yet.
A vicar?
No, Farmer Neil. Oh, sorry.
I thought you said Father
I think I might have said father. Farmer Neil, the number who holds the title, by the way. But I'm going to try and get some manure off him, and I'm going to weed my flower bed. I'm going to put the manure in, work it all over, and then I'm going to cover the flower bed so that the light can get in, so the weeds that are in there don't have sunlight to grow. Hopefully, what this does is starts to create a mulch, a well-fed mulch, which I'll then add to and filled with soil to get myself to the optimum bed come spring. So that's where I am with it.
But how will the leek competition be judged? That doesn't. What the fuck? You haven't even mentioned the competition, so why would I say that line there?
The directing, that pointing. I would love to see you in a play, Chris.
Right, just take it. Let's get that.
Just for the listener, that he cued Sunil up by doing the most elaborate pointing at the screen.
He pointed me to say a line which bears no reference to anything he's just said.
Also, I thought this was going to be like a comedy sort of light-hearted thing. We've just learned a lot about how to make a mulch.
Why are you scripting a conversation that we normally have, that we've already had on this podcast about leeks?
Please go.
This is his art.
What is this? Art.
Let us get through this. This is a preamble. I thought of.
Well, do you want me to ask the question again? But do you want to finish off the bit before my sentence with something?
Yeah, so I'm doing all this prep in preparation for the leek competition.
But how will the leek competition be judged?
I'm not really sure yet. It's quite complicated. There's a lot to take in. It's a bit overwhelming, and it's definitely too much for me, a fledgling leek grower, to explain.
That's so unnatural. That is so unnatural. I have lots of questions. If only there were a rural professional we could turn to who could educate us on life down the farm, ?
What a great idea, Sunil.
I'm here, but I'm from the city and I don't know any farmers. I'm stumped.
Well, I think I might know a man. Right, so now we are about to enter the improv scenario. And I think it's important to point out that we're going to be entering a scenario where you are to educate the listener and you, Sunil, about leek culture. And what I've learned, I figure it best if it's something that we do through an improv. So the important thing is that you will be going into this improv with the express mission of finding out about leeks and competitions growing and that sort of thing. So you've got to go in and do that. Right. You have to be very careful. Remember the rules that we've learned of countryside through these improvs before. You need to be respectful to the seasons, respectful rural professionals.
Yes, yeah.
And you need to, and it's very important that you don't just if you like an improv, it's like a dream. If you wake up, if you die in a dream, you die in real life. And the same rules apply to long form improv.
All right, get on with it then, for fuck's sake. I think I know who this is, but go on.
Right. Producer James, ring the guided meditation bell.
Improv bell. Now, what does it sound like?
The guided improv bell. And it's like... it's like...
It's a bit like a bong.
It's like a bong.
Yeah, that's a bell, not a gong. Bong.
Wait a minute. Before we get into this, I just need to, because I've kept all the stuff, I've kept all my notes in a separate document so that you wouldn't have it ruined. Okay, so the scene is, Sunil, you're going on to the farm.
So who is Sunil?
Sunil Patel. He's from the city. He's going down to the farm to find out about leek competitions.
To tell his mate Chris or for his own?
Yeah, whatever. Something like Fraser. That's... That's not important
whatever.
to the story.
It's not important,
It
actually.
is important to remember that
No.
when this bell has rang and when we're on the farm, I am no longer Chris. In fact, I'm going to turn my camera off so you can't see me. Okay, and scene.
That's the end of the scene.
Yeah, I think
what you
it's
say
the
at the end of
bell.
the scene.
You want to do the bell.
Do the bell again.
Right, now, imagine as well, Sunil, so just close your eyes for me. When you suddenly, you're leaving behind your little fancy city loafers. You're leaving behind all your troubles. You're leaving behind all your internet search history worries. Don't worry about that anymore. None of that matters. You're in the rural Adil. You're down the farm.
Okay.
Listen to the noise. It's
Right, go on.
windy now. What's that? Look at that. What's falling down? What's falling down? Leaves.
Yeah.
You have to start.
I have to start. Right. Okay. What am I starting with? Who's there? Hello. Who's there?
You're in a farmland field type situation.
Yeah, I do need another character to improv with.
Yeah, but how do you meet someone in real life?
So, hang on. Is this like D&D? Is it? All right. I go into the nearest building to find someone.
Hello, why are you going? No, I can't. I've got the accent. I've been practicing it all day. Hello, it's me, Farmer Buggerton. Why are you going in my building?
Oh, sorry. I was actually looking for you.
You must
Farmer
never go in
Buggerton.
that building.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why not?
That's where I make me cheese. Would you like to try some of me cheese?
Yes, please.
Taste that.
That's very cheesy. Very nice. Thank you.
What would you say? What sort of a beast would you say that came from?
I would say a cow. It would come from a cow.
Hi, I could see how it could be mistaken for a cow. But no, that's not the subtle note. That's not the subtle notes of the flavour. Do you understand?
No, I don't. But what animal is it from?
It's from me. It's Farmer Buggerton's cheese. People say that men can't breastfeed, but I would say that they just haven't tried hard enough.
That's okay. Yeah. Well, I didn't realize. It'd be useful if you could tell people where the cheese is from before you get them to taste it.
No, because then nobody would put it in their mouths apart from Frenchmen, dirty French. Why are you here?
Look, Farmer Buggerton, forget the cheese.
I'm a busy man.
I'm here to.
I'm a busy man. Why are you bothering me? It's winter. Come off, lad. A meal. Put the hay away.
Farmer Buggerton.
Excuse me, young man. I'm very busy. A meal. Put the hay away. A meal. Move that cow. We've got to cut it up because winter's coming.
Farmer Buggerton, what part of Ireland are you from?
I am from Lancashire. The accent is very similar. It's yes to the untrained fit cunty. Emil, bring the bulls over, Emil. Emil is my assistant. I don't want you to ask me about his passport status. He works very hard. I have his passport in a drawer. He works very hard. He milks me.
Okay, that's interesting, but I won't ask you anything about Emil. I actually wanted to ask you about the leek competition.
Oh, finally ask a question. It's taken so long. Something to remember for the next improv. Maybe ask the question that you've been sent there to ask for.
All right. What's the rules of it? How do you judge the biggest leek at the leek competition, Farmer Buggerton?
Don't you want to know a little bit about the history of leeks? Leeks are easy enough to grow from seed.
Yeah, I know that. I just want to know the rules of the judging for the competition.
Yes, but they are easy enough to grow from seed. Although you might want to get some fledgling ones to start. Apparently, that's fine. You sow seeds directly in the garden a month before the last frost date. Leeks need loose, well-drained soil and thrive happily in the same areas and conditions where one can grow onions. They usually reach maturity in time for an autumn harvest. leeks can be bunched and harvested early when they are about the size of a finger or a pencil, or they can be thinned and are allowed to grow to a much larger mature size.
How will the leek competition be judged?
Unlike other members of the oven family, the green part of the plant is inedible. One must cover the growing stem with soil. This is referred to as blanching to encourage the development of a firm white stalk, the prized part of the leek. There you go. Do you have any other questions at all?
How will the leek competition be judged?
Okay. Now you are a curious young fellow wearing such lovely clothes. You know, my wife, I don't think she's going to last the season. I could do with a new... She got kicked by a horse and all her hair's fallen out.
How will the leek competition be judged?
Persistent. It could be my city wife. You, me, and Emil milking me, dreaming of going home.
And how will the leek competition be judged?
Well, if you must know, the leek competition is judged. The leeks are scored by an independent judge who usually goes by the cube and the condition of the leeks. Each member has to present 2 leeks, which can have to be no more than 6 inches from the base of the leek to the V in the flag. And as big a girth as you can get. You'll know all about that, you big city boy. You look like you're sitting on a wide one, but not a long one, if you know what I mean. Now, the prize money is determined by the leek club, what the leek club can probably raise through the year, and it's divided up between the people who come first to last. You know, it's something where the raffle prizes and the prize money are donated to charity and they help the local community. It's great.
How big is the prize pot? How was it? How big was it last year?
It was several £100, I suspect. But compared to the county level, that's nothing. Yeah, at county level, you're looking at over thousands of pounds potentially, which is why some people keep their leeks locked, guarded by Alsatian dogs under lock and key.
And how will that several £100 help people in your local community?
You can spend it all. You can spend it all on stamps with a king's head on them.
Okay, thanks, Farmer Buggerton.
You got to be good. Don't you want to help get all that cows into the field, into the shed? Winter's coming, boy. And we got to hunker down.
Yeah, I think
you don't want to. Do you want to stay? I don't think Emil is going to.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'll help you with the cows then. Yeah, come on, let's go.
Pick them up. Pick that one up and put it in the barn.
Okay, got it.
There you go. You've just lifted your first cow. We'll make a man out of you yet. Now, I can hear that. The choo-choo train back to London. You got to get down there, bacon, Dishoom, bacon naan. You know, it's great. You don't want to miss your bacon naan.
No, I don't, Farmer Buggerton. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, what happened then?
Should we ring the bell? Ring the end of...
Yeah, ring the gong. Bong. What happened there? I was aware.
Why are you sweating? Why are you shinier than when you turned the camera off earlier?
This is someone like you're basically just exposing how little you know about acting, which is embarrassing because it's what you do as a job. So you look at Laurence Olivier and just see how slimy he is. Yeah, slime. Yeah, I've got the big light on for this, but I don't know what happened there because I wasn't there.
Right, no, you weren't. Well, I met Farmer Buggerton and he told me all about the leek, how to judge the leek.
Well, that sounds like it was some well-researched information. Perhaps we'll hear from him again.
Yeah, it felt like he'd read it off somewhere.
Wasn't it odd how his Lincolnshire accent seemed to fade away when he was clearly reading from the internet, wasn't it?
It wasn't from the internet. I think he actually had some help from one of our listeners called Kate, who sent some information about leeks, plus some information from the Leek Club chairman. I think that maybe all of it might have contributed to the well-researched improvisation that happened there.
How do you know what Farmer Buggerton got his research from?
I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just saying it sounded researched. And you sound like you two know more about leaks now. So who's the winner now?
Fucking none of us, Chris. None of us.
Yeah, that's going out there. Yeah, that's...
Yeah. Well, that'll contribute to the 20-minute episode we put out this time.
Yeah, quite. Is this the one? Yeah, death threat.
This is the one with all the death threats cut out
But
of
don't
it, yes.
cut them out.
Can we not just bleep them?
Yeah, we'll bleep them, yes.
You're going to call James a cunt again?
I won't dare. You know why? He's one of my best friends. Also, he's fucking massive. He'd hammer me with 2 fists and I'd be dead.
Right. Well, that was a return to form for Farmer Buggerton. Good to see him back. I really enjoyed it.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, a lot of people have been asking for him to come back, and there he was.
Yeah, it takes a lot out of you. So, well done. There'll be more on leaks. There'll be more on Farmer Buggerton. Should we tell them about a special thing that we've got coming on?
Yeah, I reckon.
So, I don't know how to do it. It's exciting. But
could you meet Farmer Buggerton in person?
You can get your picture taken with Farmer Buggerton. What we're going to do, I'm announcing this badly. It's a big thing. I'm fluffing it all up. I'm very, very excited to reveal we are doing the first ever Rural Concerns live show. When? Saturday, 1st of February, 2025, 2:30 p.m. So it has to. It has to be in London. This is a toe dip. We haven't done it before. We don't know whether it's just going to be us three and Mr. Minge Flaps. Do you know what I mean? And 2/3 of London is the satellite commuter hub. But we have big dreams of taking it as far afield as, Kielder Forest and stuff like that, and Stonehenge. But we need to do it at the Bill Murray in London for the first one. So 1st of February 2025. Tickets should be on sale now. And what do you think it will be like? What should we do?
Well, I think I'm going to be under a lot of pressure to corral you two in front of a live audience. I think you're going to be being led astray.
No, we'll stick to what we're supposed to be talking about, I think, because we'll be under time pressure, won't we?
We basically got it's 2:30 till 4:30. So what I was thinking is we've got 2 halves. First half, classic Rural Concerns.
Tops off. Second half, tops on.
First half, classic Rural Concerns. Tops off. As a recording is. Tops off. We're on stage. We'll give update. Also, I think I'm just saving up a little list of all the stuff that we're removing in the edit because it's bad or mad. So we can say we'll do some normal stuff, but also talk some slander that won't make it in.
Yeah. Are we gonna release the recording of it to patrons?
We're gonna release the episode as a podcast, I believe.
But even if you're doing death threats all the way through it again. That's what I'm saying. That's my worry.
I think they're worse if they're live.
No, I think that because only a small audience would ever. The person he's flinging death threats at isn't going to hear it.
Fingers crossed.
First half, very traditional podcast chatting. We'll touch on all the format points. We'll sort of have a laugh. It'll be fun. And then second half, I just think normal stuff, nothing mad and weird with special guests. Yeah. If you choose to come on an adventure with us, then I can't tell you what might be happening in the second half of the show.
Are you going to ring the improvisation bell?
I can't say. I'm hoping that the people would choose to come with us and have an adventure. I would like them to choose there.
Oh, yeah, that's enough now.
That's it, because I know
that's enough now.
That's all I can say.
We've bleeped so much of this episode.
Yeah. Is it harder to bleep stuff or just cut it out?
It's
harder to bleep, isn't it?
It's kind of, you just got to, if you cut it out, if we'd cut everything out, there'd be just 10 minutes, just Farmer Buggerton.
Thing is, cutting's easier, but bleeping, it's hard to cut when it's basically the entire episode, when it's structurally, because, and this isn't just me, we've been mentioning it consistently, for the full recording. So it's like structurally quite important. Anyway, do you know what?
Yeah.
James and Joe have got this. I trusted them. So
anyway, Saturday, 2nd of February, 2025. Tops off, tops on. Anything can happen. Choose your way to have an adventure with us to tickets.
it's Saturday the 1st. There's an error in the document.
It's Saturday, the 1st of February at
The Bill Murray.
the Bill Murray in a little place I like to call
Boo.
London.
Thank you for listening to Rural Concerns. If you have a rural concern, you can email us at christopher@alovelytime.co.uk and we'll talk about it on the episode.
The best way to support Rural Concerns is through Patreon. For less than $5, you'll get regular bonus episodes plus access to our online Discord server, The Creamery.
Right, what's going on in there now?
Right now, they're all trying to figure out the identity of the internet comedian that I slagged off on a bonus episode.
Oh, are they getting close?
No, because I narrowed it down to saying it's a white posh boy. Do you know what I mean? So the girl's still wide open.
And just remind you, get your tickets for the first ever Rural Concerns live show that's going to be on the 1st of February 2025 in London at the Bill Murray. Head to alovelytime.co.uk for more information.
Rural Concerns is edited by Joseph Sony Mini Disc Player Burrows. Our artwork is by Poppy Hillstead and our music is by Sam O'Leary.
Rural Concerns is produced by Egg Mountain for Lovely Time Productions.
And as a reward for listening all the way to the end, here's an inspirational learning/lesson from a little book I like to call, and the writer of the book likes to call, The 48 Laws of Power. Law number 11, learn to keep people dependent on you. To maintain your independence, you must always be needed and wanted. The more you are relied on, the more freedom you have. Make people depend on you for their happiness and prosperity, and you have nothing to fear. Never teach them enough so they can do without you.
Who wrote that? Hannibal Lecter.
Well, no one relies on Hannibal Lecter, do they?
No, but that's like a psychopath's way of viewing the world.
Yeah, well, you don't have to say it like that, do you?
No, I suppose when you put it like that, it's fine and normal.
We rely on each other, and without each other, I don't know what we'd be.
We'd certainly have a few more free evenings, but... And that is the end of the episode.
Excuse me. Right, I do need to go to the toilet,
Oh.
but I won't. I'll wait till after this,
Oh.
Why don't you go now?
because I can go whenever I want, even if I need it.
But I don't want you to ruin. I need you in the game for this episode. This episode's going to be. I'm not going to reveal too much, but all I'll say is this episode might test you theatrically. That's all I'm going to say, but that's not telling you any clues whatsoever.
All right.
Wait a minute. No,
I thought there's going to be more. Okay, yeah.
Bong. Like that.